Hey everybody, welcome back to Tahir's Books Beyond and day 5 of VEDUS. It's kind of chilly in my house today, and lacking a tauntaun to wrap myself in, I've decided to go full blanket burrito. Although you can get tauntaun sleeping bags, and I feel like if I owned one of those, I would never take it off. Anyways, today I was able to read Act 3 of The Phantom of Menace from William Shakespeare's Star Wars. It was decent. It pretty much matched the movie, or well, except for one major part, which is that I don't know what other people's opinions are, but I actually really liked the pod race scene in The Phantom Menace. But in here, they try to recreate it the way it would be recreated for a play, which means that it's basically all the characters describing what's happening off screen, and then occasionally the racers are flying through. It doesn't really work. It doesn't have the same amount of excitement. It's just a whole bunch of monologues, and not even that good monologues. I mean, they're not bad monologues, but they're not as good as some of the other monologues we get. Shmi does get one or two really good ones in this act alone, and that's great, especially since we only see her for a little bit between the two movies that she does appear in. So I'd like to think this is to make up for the lack of screen time she gets. I mean, she is a really interesting character, and I love the way that she was played in the movies. So seeing just a little bit more given to her, a little more meat for her to chew on, is really nice. Then we've got, from a certain point of view, the 5th story in this book is entitled Reirin by Sabaa Tahir. This story is kind of an outlier because as far as I can tell, the character that it's from the point of view of, she's never actually seen on screen in A New Hope. It's entirely possible that she was there. I mean, I guess she was because everything in here is canon. But like, she's not based on someone that we've already seen or gotten a brief glimpse of. It's just a character that no one has noticed. The character in question is the titular Reirin, and she is a Tuscan raider, a sand raider, and she is basically fed up with the fact that all the women in her raider clan are basically being told to stay inside the kitchen. You know, you got some classic warrior culture misogyny going on, and she's fed up with it, so she's also trying to find a way off the planet. So really, if she had teamed up with Jot, it'd be an interesting pair, even though she states that raiders pretty much hate Jawas unilaterally. But if it weren't for that case, you know, they could be buddies, escaping Tatooine together. Anywho, Reirin has actually found someone who's willing to take her off-world or provide her a way off-world, and all they have to do is complete a trade, and she has to steal something from the Jawas. And this something happens to be a very special green rock. It's pretty heavily implied to be a kyber crystal for making a lightsaber. I don't think this is Obi-Wan's. I think this is so that he can make a new lightsaber for Luke or something along those lines. I'm sure there's other people who know very well how the kyber crystals and passing of lightsabers and ownership has worked throughout the original trilogy. I don't keep track of that too well, but like the fact that she is finding a kyber crystal is interesting in itself, and it means that she is important even if she's a character that we did not ever glimpse in A New Hope even in passing. But Reirin is not only shorter than 10 pages, but also doesn't really have an ending. It has her wandering off into the sunset with the crystal, but we never actually see her meet the trader or complete the trade. Even with some of the other stories that are kind of left hanging, at least there's a sense of closure. There's no real sense of closure in this story. I can still easily give this story 4 stars just because of the quality of writing, but I feel like having another page or two would have really helped add a sense of finality and a sense of closure to the story, even if it is a short story. But like, just ending like that, it doesn't make it as good as it could have possibly been. And those are my updates for today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me slowly retreat into this cozy blanket. If you want to check out more updates that are going to be potentially not wrapped in blankets, then you can check me out on Instagram and Goodreads, and of course you can always subscribe to this channel as well. But until tomorrow, I'll see you all later.